Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Saturday of the third week in Ordinary Time. I hope you're doing well. I think we're going to get a little bit of snow tomorrow afternoon into Monday, so let's just prepare ourselves with a nice good book, or let's prepare ourselves to put the soup on and put a nice cup of tea, just to get ourselves warm and get out our Bible. Remember last weekend when Deacon Jonathan was preaching at the Masses, he said to make sure we have our Bibles and to make sure that we open our Bibles and take the time to really go through it and anticipate the upcoming Sunday readings, which is a very good thing. I'm sure many of you know Father Mike Schmitz from Ascension Press. He's doing every day a Bible, verse. What am I saying? I'm trying to say this to you. An everyday Bible, not verse, but sections of the Bible. So a Bible in a day, isn't it? So thank you. I don't have any cue cards here, so I'm trying to remember all of these things as I speak to you. So please be patient with me when I get a little bleep and I'm like, what is Father Mike Schmitz doing? He's doing a Bible in a day, every day for the year, right? So taking a section, reading it, and I think that's very nice. I know that our parishioners know about this because Ascension Press is very faithful, Catholic, good, so there's no heresies in Ascension Press or Father Mike Schmitz. So we had him out at the seminary one evening as a guest speaker. So that was very nice. The seminarians were very happy to meet him and talk to him and him making a presentation. But it was so funny because he says how they were excited to see him and he was going to this seminary in Philadelphia and he was he's kind of intimidated. And so, but our seminarians and our priests at the seminary make him feel very comfortable. So in preparation for this little bit of storm, why don't we make it a point every day to get our Bibles and open it to Mark's Gospel. Let's start with Mark and start following the Gospels every Sunday and anticipate that. So you could even go into your Breaking Bread hymnal. You'll know what the next chapter and verse is. Or you could go to the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops website, and they have the readings all there for you, the daily readings and the Sunday readings. So you could take a look at that and prepare yourself. So you could go to Ascension Press and follow their plan. But to read the Word, to digest the Word, and to make the Word part of our life is very important. Jesus is the teacher. He is that wonderful teacher that explains things to us in a very comfortable way. We call that parables, don't we? Parables. Jesus speaks to us in parables. That means that he uses the common day language to explain something very theological and connect it. God to mankind and mankind to God, explaining the gospel texts. They're called parables. So that's kind of nice. Today in the gospel that we heard at Mass this morning was very interesting because there was, of course, a squall in the waters. They were in the boat, the apostles, and Jesus was sleeping on a cushion. And all of a sudden, a squall came about, and they were very frightened and nervous. And Jesus said, "Why are you terrified?" That happens to us a lot. We get very afraid. We're people of faith, though, aren't we? We're people of faith, and yet at times when things get shaky and disturbed, we get all terrified. And then Jesus posed the question to us, why are you terrified? Do you lack faith? Do you know that I'm here? Or do you think that my sleeping is ignoring the situation, not caring? Because it almost felt that way in the voice of the apostles. And sometimes in our voice, right? It feels like, where is Jesus? Doesn't he care? Absolutely, he does care. And that's why we have to be more and more in tune with him. We have to be more in tune with our Lord, opening the Word, reflecting on the Word, making sure that's part of our daily prayer life. I think all of us by now should realize that in our prayer, it should not only be prayers of petition or request from God to help us, but it should be an opening of the Word. Because let us listen to God. See, we want God to listen to us. God, I need this, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, I'm afraid. And God is saying what? Well, we will not understand that unless we begin to open the Word. We call that breaking open the Word. As the Eucharistic bread is broken and shared and received, so the Word is broken open, shared and received. And it has to be understood that way, of word and sacrament. They go together. When you read the Word, you have to participate in the sacrament. When you participate in the sacrament, you must digest the Word. Okay? So isn't it both and, not either or? I think we all got that Catholic phrase down. Both and, not either or. So we must understand that. And he said to the sea and the wind, be still, quiet, everything calmed down. He spoke with authority. Remember, like this coming weekend's gospel from St. Mark's first chapter, we hear about Jesus going to Capernaum, to the synagogue in Capernaum, and he's teaching, and everyone is just delighted and listening to his words. They're hanging on his words because he's speaking with authority. And that authority means that he's convinced. He has the power of God, his Father, and he speaks with authority. And so a man with an unclean spirit comes in, and the unclean spirit is voicing through the man, what do you have to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? We know who you are, the Holy One of God. And Jesus says, quiet, come out of him. And the man convulsed and came out of him. You and I sometimes speak in words that should not be spoken. God's power through prayer has to come into your life and my life to cast out the unclean spirit who speaks nonsense, who speaks irreverence, who speaks of uncharity, who speaks unclean thoughts and words, who says things to degrade and not lift up. Be quiet, come out of him. Because we're not made to do that. We're made in the image and likeness of God, are we not? So when we enter into this fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time, let's breathe this all in. Please, when you go to Mass or you're watching it virtually, I want you to make sure that you are without any food or drink, just like you were at Mass in person. Watching Mass at home does not mean that we have coffee, toast, and we're eating our bagel. No. We should be engaged in body, mind, and spirit, and enter into the mystery of the Mass. We're not watching a television show. Okay? So we have to be very reverent. And I want you to be very reverent by participating in the Mass, answering the prayers. Do you have candles at home? Do you have a prayer table? I hope every family has a prayer table. Remember, Deacon Jonathan said last week in his homilies to enthrone the word. I thought that was very good. He says, put on a shelf, enthrone the word. Candles, flowers, he said. It would be a nice place where the word is enthroned. And then every day, take the word and reflect on the word, read the word. Make the word part of your life. Allow the word to take flesh in you. So that's very good, to enthrone the word. And it's very nice because you could follow the readings because you already know what chapter and verse they're from. Get out your Bible. Read along. Light candles. Do you have holy water at home? Make sure that is used. Put your hand in holy water as we begin Mass. Okay, we're not watching a television program. We're entering into the Mass virtually, which takes a little bit more of effort. Many people have told me, Father, watching Mass at home is a nice thing, especially during this pandemic. But boy, oh boy, is it more difficult. When I'm at Mass in our church, it's not as difficult. Sure, Father, there's distractions, people getting up, people moving, there's noises, but it doesn't even compare to the distractions at home. And it's hard to engage into the mystery, dive into the mystery at home. I said, I know. I mean, it's a blessing that we can bring it to your homes, but boy, oh boy. So we're looking to making our live streaming a little bit better. We have been pricing various programs for our church. We need a little bit of a command center, where the monitors are there and we can, of course, really be situated there to control everything. I don't know if you know Joe Peterlin and Susan Rodzowitz. They're our IT team, the internet team, the live streaming. Well, you know where Joe's command center is? It's behind a door leaving the church by the side entrance on a TV tray. Because we don't have anything yet. So I'm just putting it out there. We want to move forward with IT. If anybody wants to help us, that would be wonderful. So far, we think it's minimally $15,000. So we need kind of that. It might be a little bit more. We cannot use our operating money, of course, because we're already low in that because of the pandemic. So we're trying to, get that all figured out for our church. The IT, the camera up there. We don't want to put tripods around the church. We need to put those cameras up there, and we want to, we have a room that we think we could clear out. We have to maneuver some of our things, but we could think that would be where Joe would have the command center instead of being behind a door, almost outside. I mean, on a TV, kind of a dinner tray. Not tray, but a TV table. That's what it is. A little TV table. I don't have cue cards, people. I can't think of these words all of a sudden or automatically, but it comes to me later as I talk. So we're thinking about that. What do you think? We want to do it because we have 3 tripods out. We have to set up everything, and yet we want to do this because we want to have availability for even when the pandemic is over, because we want to have an IT placement already in the church, and we want to live stream our Sunday masses, our funeral masses, our wedding masses, and when people can't come to us because relatives live far away or in nursing homes, but the family sets up everything and they're able to watch it. It brings so much joy. They even cry because they're like, I could see my great grandchild make their first Holy Communion or get baptized, my grandchild's wedding. It's all very nice. And maybe they're in a nursing home or in Florida. Well, anyway, you get the understanding, right? Well, St. Mary's doesn't have that capability yet. So this is all, we do it amateurly, and sometimes things work, sometimes it doesn't. So if you're interested in helping us, would you speak to Susan Rodzowitz and Mary Beth O'Connor. Mary Beth O'Connor serves our parish as the business manager / director of operations. Susan Rodzowitz serves our parish really as director of development or stewardship, and she assists in an administrative way many offices because of her talents and her ability. We're blessed with great people that really work here for our parish. We really are. I mean, I think you all know that, but I just want to put it out there again. So we're looking for financial help for the future, how we want to set this all up and make sure that we have our cameras ready and our command center, because you need a command center. We can't be on a side vestibule. All right? So enjoy your Saturday and prepare yourself for this little bit of a winter snowflake coming down. They said it could be up to 6 inches in our area or a little bit more, but we'll see because that changes all the time. I'm not a weatherman. I don't claim to be. I'm a priest, so don't take this for like, oh, that's what Father said it's going to be 6 inches. I don't know. It may change, all right? But let's take the time to open the Word. Open the Word, enthrone the Word, read the Word, gather around the Word, making sure that when we're attending Mass virtually, we're really there, right? We're really there and we're not distracted, and have a prayer table in your home, right? Candles, holy water, a saint's picture. Do you have a Blessed Mother statue? All that helps us dive into the mystery. Have a nice day, everybody.